Hi, welcome to Matthew's Morsels for One. I'm Marisa Vega, your host, and I'm also the Matthew's House Volunteer Program Lead. On today's show, I'm super excited to have Barb Gauley, and Barb's going to be here in just a little bit, and she's going to talk about how she came to be at Matthew's House and how Matthew's House actually got its start. I'm so excited for that wonderful story. Also, she'll be cooking for us today a delicious spinach and mushroom omelet. So please stay tuned. Hi Barb, thanks for being here. Why don't you go ahead and tell the viewers a little bit about yourself?
Well, I was born and raised in New Tecumseh, just outside of Beaton on a farm. Married in 1967 to my husband Barb Gauley. We had 2 boys and moved to Elm Grove, which is just outside of Alston in Assa Township. And I went to Banning High School, worked at Cargill Fertilizer for 30 years in the agricultural business. And yeah, it's made our home very locally and didn't travel too far.
That's fantastic. Now you had a farm, you say. How was that?
I was raised on a farm.
You were raised on a farm.
I was raised on a farm, so I always liked the outdoors and
nice.
And I like working in the agricultural end.
Very nice, very nice. And you have grandchildren?
Yes, I've got 5 granddaughters.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and,
wow.
3 great-grandchildren.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice, very good. And how did you come to Matthew's House?
Well, my parents sold the farm and built a house across from the Nottawasaga Inn. And when they passed away, and my sister passed away, we put it up for sale. And it was bought by Sally and Frank, and who were starting the infancy of hospice. And I didn't know anything about hospice at the time. And they wanted to name it Matthew's House Hospice.
Very nice.
So, yeah. So it was a nice legacy for my family because there's not very many Matthews in this.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I love that story. And what is it that you do at Matthew's House? Tell the viewers what you do at Matthew's House.
Volunteer on the courtesy desk. Mm-hmm. I love working in the garden. And I just love the outdoors, and I love working with, meeting new people, and working for such a wonderful organization that gives back to the community and doesn't ask for a whole lot in return.
That's fantastic, and I know you bring a lot of joy to many. I know you bring a lot of joy and smile on my face. I can imagine to all the family and visitors that walk through that door.
And I know quite a few of the local people, and meeting a lot of new people.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And how long have you been with Matthew's House now?
3 years this past July.
3 years, that's fantastic.
Well, actually, I was on the hospice board when in about 2006. And then when my husband passed away suddenly, I just couldn't...
You took a little break.
I took a little break, yes. Took a little break. Yeah, so, and then helped raise a granddaughter that was quite young. And my family needed some babysitting and a taxi driver, so with the grandkids, so yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic, and you filled in quite happily.
Yes.
You filled in quite, that's fantastic. Yeah. Very good, very good. What do you love most about working at Matthew's House?
Just the satisfaction of helping people that are in a bad place in their life, you know, losing a loved one, and I know what that feels like, and if you can bring joy to, or help somebody, and not joy, but if you can help somebody,
ease it up, just bring a little bit of smile,
comfort.
There you go, perfect word. Comfort. That's good. Very good. Well, I thank you for being here today, and I guess we'll get to cooking.
Well, I'm not much of a cook, but
Barb, Matthew's Morsels for One is about teaching our our friends out there that perhaps live alone or are alone how to make good, nutritious meals that will last them for a day or two, and that are quick to eat, quick to put together, easy to, that you can store them in the fridge for a couple of days, and quick anytime. And they have lots of variety, and we're going to show you how to chop and cut and how easy everything is.
Fun.
And what are you making for us today?
We're making an omelet.
Very good. And omelets are so easy, aren't they?
Yes, you can add any vegetable you want, any different meats, ham, bacon, or just keep it a vegetable.
Tell us what we're going to do first.
Well, I'm going to have chop this spinach, and then we'll grate some cheese, and then we'll cook, saute some the veggies first, and then we'll throw it together.
Perfect. Why don't you go ahead and start on that? That's fantastic. And now you're just, this process that you're doing here, that's just a rough chop, correct?
Just a rough chop, and it's pre-washed spinach, so it's
perfect.
quite easy, and then we'll...
Perfect. And what do you think? What do you think you have there? You have about a cup?
Well, about 50 grams of spinach is a quarter cup. So when that gets cooked down, it'll be about a quarter cup.
Perfect.
And 50 grams of mushrooms, one onion, green onion, and 50 grams of cheese, grated cheese.
Grated cheese. So. Perfect. So very good. So go ahead and grate this cheese, and it's very, very easy to do. And you, of course, can also buy pre-chopped cheese as well.
Yes.
Pre-sliced or chopped or anything like of that
very
nature.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And cheese, really, you can use any cheese that you like. It can be Swiss cheese. Swiss cheese is a good one.
Yes.
Gruyere, which is a fancy word for Swiss. It could also be a white cheddar. It could be really anything that's nice and soft and that melts quickly. Wouldn't you say, Barb?
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Perfect, okay? Yep, perfect. All right, and what kind of fat are you using to cook the omelet in?
We'll put a little bit of butter in the pan, and we'll get cooking with the veggies.
Perfect, and you can also use an oil too, couldn't you?
Yes, olive oil.
Olive oil is a good one to use as well. You could use a nice sunflower oil, so it's really all up to you and what you prefer, and isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
perfect.
It really is. Okay, that's great. So you have your rough chopped spinach. We've got some grated cheese. We've got some green onions and some pre-sliced mushrooms, which you can buy at the store now. Everything comes all pre-sliced and everything. We've got some fresh eggs. And we've got our butter. Oh, and I see there you have some milk, Barb.
Well, a splash of milk will go in with when you whip up the eggs.
And it makes it nice and fluffy.
Makes it creamier.
Creamier.
Yeah.
Creamier and fluffier too, I find sometimes. Yes, very good. You know, omelets are very versatile, and I know that you can really, you can even have it as a dinner. Would be really nice with a side salad. The other variation of a omelet would be a quiche, right?
Yes,
if you wanted something a little heartier for a dinner, you could throw it in a pie shell and make it a quiche.
Mix it all up and put it in a pie shell.
A pie shell, correct. What's your favorite omelet?
Well, I love the veggie. I also like ham. Ham and cheese, and maybe broccoli.
Nice.
Broccoli goes well with it.
That's nice.
And my granddaughters, I used to cook them omelets for breakfast in the morning and before school. And it's
nice.
It's a wholesome food.
Yes.
And very well for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I like a spinach omelet, or what they call a Florentine omelet. And what I sometimes do with a Florentine omelet, it comes with a hollandaise sauce if you get it at a restaurant. And I always ask for it on the side because I feel less guilty, but I still dip my fork in the sauce. It makes me feel a little less guilty.
Yeah, for sure.
But I do like a spinach omelet. That's why I'm excited on this one today. I like a mushroom omelet. I like anything like that. It's really, and cheese. It's gotta have cheese.
Yeah, you have to have cheese in it.
Yeah,
makes it nice and creamy.
Yeah, I'm a Swiss cheese girl myself. How about yourself?
I'm on the cheddar.
Are you?
I like the cheddar.
And you like the good old mild
Like
cheddar?
yes.
Yeah, or a sharp cheddar is nice too.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. Yes, for sure. Omelets are amazing. They're very versatile and they're easy to do.
Yes.
And they freeze well, don't they?
Oh, I think yes.
They freeze well too. Now, when you freeze your omelets, do you put it in a Tupperware container? Do you saran wrap it in a Ziploc bag? How do you do it?
In an airtight container, so
Airtight.
like a Tupperware.
A Tupperware. Okay. I've done them where I've also saran wrapped them.
Oh.
And then I've put them in a Ziploc bag as well. That's just me. It might be, you know, I don't know that you need to do all those steps, but in a Ziploc bag is good enough as well. And also
Take up less room, too.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Takes up less room. That's right. In a Ziploc bag. Very good. And now, for your eggs, Barb, do you usually scramble them before you?
We'll crack them into this bowl.
Okay.
And
Why don't you go ahead and do that?
Okay.
And you're just using just regular eggs, nothing fancy.
Nothing fancy.
Yeah.
2 eggs.
No. Yeah, just 2 eggs. That's good. And you can definitely, if you wanted, you can definitely do more eggs, like we had said
this
before.
is for single
Make it the recipe calls for 2, yeah. But you can also add more eggs, and then make a bigger one, and then perhaps, as we suggested, cut it into pieces and freeze it. And then you have it, or keep it in your fridge. In your fridge, how long do you think it would last, Barb?
A couple days.
A couple days?
Yes.
Yeah, at least 2-3 days?
Yes.
And there you go. And you can make it once and have it for at least 2-3 days. You can dress it up with some nice artisan bread as toast.
Yes.
Nice. And you can have that for dinner one night with a nice artisan bread, or you could just have it like that if you're trying to watch your carbs. I don't know who that would be, but because it's not me.
And we'll put a splash of milk in.
Perfect. Perfect. And at this point, Barb, do you yourself season it? Salt
Yes,
and pepper,
salt
a
and
little bit of
pepper.
that? Perfect. That's fantastic. Nice fresh cracked pepper.
Fresh
some
ground.
nice salt.
And we'll
There
put
we
that,
go.
and then we'll
That's fantastic.
cook the veggies up first, and then we'll put that on last.
All right, so we're here at the stove, and Barb, go ahead. What's our first step that we have to do?
We put a bit of butter in, about a tablespoon of butter
In the pan,
in
yeah?
the pan. We light the stove.
Keep it moving. Perfect. All right. And you just
we'll
got it at about a medium heat?
About a medium heat,
Perfect.
and we'll
Nice. Just get the
Get that
butter all
all
nice and
melted.
melted. Very good. And like we said, you can use any kind of fat, really.
Yeah, you can
An
use
olive
oil.
Yeah, an olive oil, regular vegetable oil. Sorry, the words are escaping me right now. That's not like me.
So we're putting in the onion, 1 onion, and 50 grams of mushroom, and
Chopped
we'll let
mushroom.
that saute.
Fantastic. Now you chopped you chopped the onions yourself. It's
Yes.
very easy, right? And
Yeah.
how many green onions did you use, Barb?
Just one.
Just one.
1 green onion.
Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, if you're making a double batch, you can use
Just double everything.
just
Yes.
double everything, right? If you're making a double batch to save it for yourself for another day.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. You got the heat going over there? Is it going okay?
We'll turn it up here a little bit.
Let's see here. These stoves are always finicky, are they not? There you go. Perfect. Yeah. It's on
going.
very low. It looks like it's on very low heat. I think that's, yeah. Perfect. And we'll just give it a few minutes to saute. Do you want it? And I guess it's all up to the individual person how they want it. If they want them super sauteed or if they want them just lightly sauteed.
Yes.
It all depends on how you like your vegetables, correct?
Exactly.
Yeah, it all depends on how you like them. Me, myself, growing up, we are I like to say, a very mushy vegetable kind of family. I love it that way.
You like things well done.
I do. I really like things well done. I just find I digest them better. Do you like your vegetables a little on the crispy side?
Yes, I like them a little crunchy.
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah, a little crunchy. It really is all up to individual preference, right? At this point, do you add a little bit of salt and pepper or any kind of seasonings?
The salt and pepper's in the egg.
And that's it?
Yeah, and
Okay.
that's it.
Oh, and you don't want to over salt, do you? Because there's cheese.
That's right.
And sometimes cheese can be salty, can't it? Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
We'll add
I see the heat going now. Just takes a little bit, but it's going. And you've just added the spinach.
And you just want the spinach to wilt.
Wilt a little bit.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And now at this point, there, I see some steam
Then
coming
we'll-
up, Barb.
We'll remove this, and then we'll cook our egg, and then we'll add this later.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, right, for the omelet. That's
for
right.
the omelet, yes.
That's right. So just give that a little stir there and just get it very good. Now, Barb, do you have a vegetable garden at home?
I did when the boys were at home, but no, not this time.
And what kind of things did you used to grow?
Radishes, cucumbers,
Nice.
peppers,
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Did you grow enough to preserve for the winter?
cucumbers, yes.
Oh, that's great.
I like preserving pickles. I have a granddaughter who has a favorite sweet pickle. And yeah, so I do beets
Nice.
and sweet pickle and chili sauce.
I like that. Very
Yeah.
good. Now, Barb, I know that you yourself, if we can share with the audience, you yourself, live on your own. And is this something that you would typically make for yourself sometimes?
Oh, definitely, because you can have this for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Very good.
Yeah, and it's so wholesome.
Very good. It is
Yeah.
wholesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very good. Very
So we're
good.
almost there.
We're almost there, aren't we?
Yeah.
That looks really, really good already. That looks really good. And is this how you typically like your vegetables?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
They
So
look delicious.
we'll just shut this off for a few minutes,
Okay. Very good.
and we'll transfer that to another dish.
Okay. There you go. Perfect.
And we'll do the eggs.
Excellent. So I like that. So you've got it about a medium, I would say about a medium saute, where everything,
Yeah.
the spinach is just wilted and the mushrooms are nice and tender, but not, as I said, mushy the way I like my vegetables.
Right. We'll just wipe the pan,
Okay. And why do you do that? Just to,
just to get for it to be fresh for the eggs.
okay.
Okay.
Just for it to be fresh for the eggs. Oh, that's good. That's important. Very good. A little bit more butter.
More butter.
What's that? About a half a teaspoon?
About a tablespoon, maybe.
A tablespoon? Okay. Perfect. Let that melt a little bit. Very good. Nice. Very nice. Just enough to coat your whole pan,
Yeah.
right?
Coat your
Very
whole
nice.
pan.
Very good.
Get that. And you want to cook the eggs on low,
Okay.
so that they don't get. You don't want to cook them too fast, or they get too rubbery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So no cooking too fast or they get rubbery. All right. Perfect. Oh, this looks delicious already.
And just move it around.
To coat the whole bottom of the
Coat
pan?
the whole bottom.
So your omelet is bigger, and we like that. As
we
big
go.
as you can get it, Barb.
And then we
good.
will add the cheese,
Uh-huh.
and then we're going to add the vegetables on one side.
Perfect. And now
And then we'll just flip it.
are you going to do you put a lid on it at this point just to kind of cook the egg, or do we just leave it?
No, I'll put the cheese on, and then we're going to put the lid on and let it firm up a little bit.
Okay, so even though the top part of the omelet is not cooked yet, you're just going to add the cheese.
Add the cheese.
Okay,
Just
I
sprinkle
see.
it over.
Okay. So just so our viewers know exactly, if it has to be fully cooked before you add the cheese,
No.
or okay,
Yeah.
all right,
There.
because it's going to continue cooking, right? Now
Good.
and how much cheese did you say that is?
About a quarter cup.
A quarter cup.
Quarter cup. and then
Quarter
we'll
cup
put
of shredded cheese.
the lid on and let it start to firm up a little. And we'll just
let
keep
it-
an eye on it.
Perfect. And we keep very good. It's looking yummy already.
It is.
Now, as we said, you can have it with some nice artisan bread, toasted up with some nice butter.
Or salsa.
Or salsa.
Salsa goes very well with it
Oh,
on
that's
top.
nice.
Put salsa.
Oh,
on
that's
top.
a nice idea,
Yeah.
salsa.
Yeah.
That's very good. I like that.
Instead
Give
of
it
ketchup,
a little,
I like ketchup, but salsa is a nice side.
a nice alternative to ketchup. That's
Yeah.
lovely. That's a great idea. You can make it a little bit of a Mexican flair.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I love that.
So
Oh,
we'll
I'm
have to
going to
wait
try
for
that salsa. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I'm going to try that. And salsa's probably a little bit healthier for you than a
Yes, 'cause
ketchup,
it's
I
got
would think.
all the vegetables.
All
yeah.
the vegetables and not as
and
much.
not a whole lot of sugar in it.
Yeah, not a lot of sugar and salt as ketchup does. Sorry, ketchup, I love you. I have food with my ketchup. Let's put it that way. Yeah, sometimes stoves aren't even, are they? So we
No,
just
every
have to.
stove is a little different.
Yes, every stove is a little different, and they're not even, so we have to finagle. Is that a word? Finagle the pan a little bit so that the egg.
So you just want to kind of loosen the edges
Okay.
as they firm up.
Can you just move the lid a little bit so they can see you
Yes.
loosening the edges? Perfect. So they understand what loosening the edges looks like and what it means.
And we'll just-
Perfect. Because we're assuming that, we don't want to assume that everybody out there knows how to cook or enjoys cooking. But this is so easy to do that even if you don't know how or don't enjoy it, it's very simple to do and you will absolutely love it.
It's a good wholesome meal and,
Yeah.
and quick.
And quick, yes, absolutely. I think nowadays that's very important to everybody, isn't it?
Well,
To be-
everybody's busy.
Yes,
Right? Everybody's
everybody
busy.
keeps himself busy, and yes. Barb, do you belong to any groups?
No, not at the.
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment.
Your family and your grandkids keep you nice and busy.
Yes, they do.
You belong to the group of family.
Well, and I have a fair bit of property to look after, so that keeps me busy. Too.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So-
And you enjoy the outdoors, as you
Yes.
said. So
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
Me and my John Deere lawnmower.
You and your John Deere lawnmower, I love it. I love it. That's fantastic. Wow, that's looking gorgeous. If you just move the lid a little bit, and then they can see that. That is looking absolutely lovely. It's really,
So you don't
really-
want to overcook your egg,
Okay.
because it will cook after you've played it
Right.
for a minute or
It's
so.
a protein,
So
and
you don't want-
proteins
yeah,
continue
yeah.
cooking. That's correct.
So we're going to add the spinach and the mushroom, just to half.
Okay. Just
Keep it on one half, and then we will flip the egg over.
You'll fold it
Yeah,
over?
Fold it over.
Perfect. Oh my goodness, that looks yummy. I can't wait to dig in.
Yes.
I'm assuming you're going to share with me.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Now that I've got it on TV, Barb, you cannot. And then, oh wow, look at that. So simple.
Very simple, yeah.
Very simple. It comes off easily with just a little spatula that you've got there, just to loosen it. Oh, and the
Hopefully we can-
smell.
Get it flipped over here.
The smell is lovely. There you go. Look at that. Barb, that is absolutely gorgeous.
There.
Look at that. And definitely that can be good enough for two. And
That is a big deal.
Yeah, and depending on who you are, you can probably even cut it into 3 pieces.
You could eat half,
I don't know who
half
would
for
do
lunch,
that.
you know,
Yeah.
and have half for the next day.
Exactly. Yeah,
Sure.
exactly. You can even cut it into maybe 3 pieces. I don't know who would do that personally. Not me. I would probably eat the whole thing
I
in
have
one sitting.
I have eaten the whole thing myself.
Have you?
So,
Good girl. I'm happy.
so I think we're pretty well. We'll just shut this off now.
Perfect. And then you just plate it up. That is beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Even if you wanted, you could sprinkle a little cheese on top, couldn't
A
you?
little cheese, yes,
Yeah,
we can
you
do
could
that.
sprinkle just a little bit on top. Just
And
to
just
make it
let it
look a
melt.
little pretty. There
There
you
we
go.
go.
Oh my goodness, Barb, that is absolutely beautiful. To the magic of television. Everything is clean, right, Barb? You and I just kind of wiggled our noses a little bit, and it was done.
Cleaned up.
Very good. And Barb, bring out, oh, look at this. Look at this, everyone. Look how delicious that is, and so quick.
Very quick. Very quick and healthy.
Yes, very quick and healthy. Very good. And this, again, we can cut in half.
Yes, you can have it for breakfast, you can have it for dinner, and then have it for the next day, half of it.
Very good. And it's nice and healthy. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be laborious. It can,
Nope.
oh, nice big word for me. I love it. And it could be something simple as a beautiful omelet like this. And Barb, you didn't even really have to use your recipe.
No, because once you've made it once, you can, and then you can make variations, add meat, keep it vegetarian, whatever you like.
Very good, very good. That's fantastic. Barb, thank you so much for joining me today.
Welcome. Thank you for asking me.
It was fun, excellent, and it was great to get to know you a little bit more.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. And that's how easy it is, friends, for Matthew's Morsels for One, how to whip up something delicious and nutritious in no time at all.
Barb's spinach and mushroom omelet. 2 eggs, a 1/4 cup spinach, a 1/4 cup mushrooms, a 1/4 cup grated cheese, 1 green onion, 1 tablespoon butter or olive oil, and a splash of milk. Heat butter or oil in a large skillet over medium heat. Whisk the eggs together and add a splash of milk. Place spinach and mushrooms in the skillet and cook until the spinach is wilted. Remove the mixture and then add eggs to the skillet. Cook until the egg mixture is almost set and add the grated cheese. When the cheese is melted into the egg mixture, add the spinach and mushroom to only 1/2 of the eggs. Loosen the edges of the eggs and flip the other half over the spinach and mushrooms. Cook for another minute and then plate, cut into wedges, and serve and enjoy.
In room number 2, we have a 104-year-old. Hey Trudy. It's me and some friends here.